Hi friends, thanks so much. Just got some fluff on me. Thank you so much for joining me. So as you probably know, maybe you don't, my name is Lindsay and this is my channel slash my Instagram. So all of my accounts on social media are Lindsay Elizabeth Yoga. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. So I'm doing a self-care September yoga challenge. So it's running about halfway through the month. I think it runs between September 15th and onwards. I should really check that out. I probably should have checked that before I filmed this. So it's September 16th until the 30th, 15 days of yoga at the end of the month. And I talked about this on an Instagram post, I think in my Facebook group. September is International or National Yoga Month, I think is what it's called in the US. So sure, I don't think this is National Yoga Month in Canada by any means, but I thought it might be an opportune time with everything going on in the world and with it being National Yoga Month in the US to do some kind of, I guess, September yoga challenge. You know, a lot of people are going back to school or going back to work in one form or another. We all know that things are a little bit different, and with that comes a lot of new stress and anxiety, whether it's from just kind of not being sure what protocols are going to be in place in your workplaces, or just the change, right? For me, my anxiety starts to spike when I'm not really familiar with a situation, when I don't know what to expect, and trying to kind of ease into that new place or new space. With that being said, I don't know if I love the word challenge. I think it hints at doing something that might be unnecessarily difficult, something that you might otherwise do, perhaps something that you have to do or feel compelled to do on a day that it really doesn't serve you. So if there's another word I should call it, I really tried to think about it. I'm not really sure what to call it, but regardless of what I call it, I just want everyone to know that, you know, I picked 2 weeks instead of doing the whole month, because on the one hand, that's a lot of content for me to film. And as someone who's relatively new to that, I do full-time school. I'm a full-time PhD candidate. That just didn't seem like a doable thing for me. On the other hand, I don't think that it might be a doable thing for you or for the watcher or whoever is seeing this to do, you know, 30 or 31 days of yoga, depending on the month. It's, you know, that's a lot. 2 weeks is a perfect length of time. If you miss a day, that's cool. Do it another time or skip it. Maybe it just doesn't serve you. So really, as always, and this will come up in the yoga self-care challenge, or insert better word for challenge, you know, take what you want and leave the rest. I decided to go with the theme of self-care because that's kind of what my whole Instagram page and social media presence has really been over the last kind of month or so, or 3 weeks that I've been online so far. You know, it's all about body respect. It's about body neutrality. It's about kind of respecting yourself. Maybe some people can get to that body positive or body love space, but for some of us and for some people, we're not there yet, and maybe we will never be there, especially on an everyday, every hour, every minute basis. We all have negative feelings, and maybe it's just best to honor those feelings. To get back to the challenge, I wanted it to kind of be a personification of all the things that I've been talking about online. You know, I practice yoga because ultimately I respect myself, and it's done so much for my mental health that I kind of wanted to share that in an accessible and affordable, you know, because it's free, an affordable, free way. Now, I totally understand that yoga is not for everyone, and that is completely fine. But maybe this kind of yoga might be more accessible, and, you know, might resonate with you more than other classes. And still, if it doesn't, no judgment. You know, I know that not all forms of movement or all practices are truly for everyone. Maybe it just doesn't sit well with you, and I definitely respect that. But as we go through the next 2 weeks, I ask you to just kind of leave out your judgment for your body. Maybe you can't do something one day, and that's fine. You know, that's all part of the journey, and maybe you'll never get there. But the point is that we're all kind of doing this together, and we're creating a space that, you know, hopefully we can aim for joyful movement. But I know that's not accessible for people with chronic conditions or kind of chronic pain. So hopefully we can at least create a space of inclusivity and aim for tolerable movement that we can do every day. So I've designed these to be really short, 10 to 20 minute practices. I would love to keep them between 10 to 15 minutes, but when I go to film that length, sometimes they just end up being 30 minutes. So I'm going to be really, really conscious of how long they go on for. And I can already kind of feel myself going on for way too long. I did not want this video to be super, super long, but here we are. What else do PhD students do but, you know, just go on and on and on and on forever. I wanted these to be really short, really doable on a daily basis, accessible, like I said, to all levels, and with different themes. So themes of body respect, themes of body neutrality, of letting go the shit that you don't need, of listening to your body, honoring your edge, all of these different things. You know, there might be some points where you feel uncomfortable, but I hope they're kind of, you know, discomfort because you're trying something new, but not discomfort that leads to pain or that is overwhelming, right? So even through this, I hope we start to learn, or at least start to acknowledge and recognize that there's a difference between kind of discomfort and sitting in discomfort that might be necessary or maybe just helpful for our growth, and discomfort and pain that doesn't serve us, that we don't need to revisit. But anyway, I wanted this to be a really positive space, a space that was open to all, for different abilities, and this will be a learning experience for me because I've never really done something like this. I've been a fitness instructor for about 3 years now. I'm relatively new, however, to teaching yoga. This is really great as a learning experience, you know, for me to really teach to all levels, which I think is something so important. I remember reading, and I just can't remember where, it's something that's thrown around a lot. You know, if a yoga class isn't for everyone and doesn't have enough modifications for everyone to practice, like, is it really a yoga class? And maybe it's not. So I really hope that you'll enjoy this. I'll be posting content on Instagram every day that's related to the YouTube videos. And of course, I'll be posting YouTube videos in the morning, so probably around 8:30 to 9 a.m. in the morning every day from September 16th to September 30th. The themes will all be around self-acceptance, body respect, self-care. And just one disclaimer I'd like to say before I finish off, you know, this is not a substitute for other mental health strategies, for your kind of broader repertoire of how you take care of yourself. This is kind of one small part of your self-care kind of toolkit. And again, if it doesn't serve you, if this doesn't feel like something that you can add into your day, something that doesn't kind of add to what you already have, then that's okay to leave it too, you know, no pressure. But anyway, I hope you will join me, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much. My name is Lindsay. Namaste.